How's it going, people? It's the Just Kong here. Hope you're doing well. Pushed out a recent video as well, which you guys really loved. So I'm doing another video. Today's day 12 of the protest for Andrew Tate being in prison. And one of the things that I want to talk today about is something that can apply to you guys. So all my life, practically all of my life, I've been a Stoic, but I didn't know I was a Stoic because I didn't know it was a thing. I was just like, right, I need to think about things in a different way. Because growing up, I started to realize like the way in how people react to certain situations or circumstances, they react in like a very emotional way. And I've always been a person that tries to break things down in a logical format. And when I do something, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make this decision, and then I'm going to kind of analyze that situation afterwards and see whether I've made a good decision. So it helped me in being a good judgment of character, making better decisions in life, learning from my lessons. And I've done this from an early age. And that helped me tremendously going through life, because I've realized where people deviate because they pull too much to their emotions and they're not in control, I would elevate and go past that. And, just a quick background about Stoicism or being a Stoic. It's a Greek philosophy that goes back to, various few centuries. I believe like 2 BC, something ridiculous. Don't quote me on it, but go on Wikipedia. It's all there online. There's a tremendous amount of books on it. It's a way of life. It's not you can consider it a school of thought. It's not a religion. It's not a cult. It's just a way of thinking. It's a philosophy, and it basically positions you to be empowered. And living in today's society, you need to be like that. So here are some of the benefits that you guys can do just by being a Stoic. No matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens in any given circumstance, situation, you don't start to quickly react. You more kind of break it down. You receive it, you put it mentally on a table, and you start to dissect what it is. And there's kind of ways in how you approach situations. You have better results in work, relationships, just life situations. And that's helped me a tremendous amount, because growing up, I grew up in essentially a council estate, and practically every person I knew went to prison. And I look back at kind of the life decisions that I made, and where I started off and where I ended up, and that whole journey. And I mean practically every single person that I went in for serious crimes like kidnapping, many things I don't want to say on YouTube, but everyone, neighbors, friends. So I grew up in a very, very rough environment. And when I say rough, it wasn't a rough area. I was just surrounded by crime. And thank God, alhamdulillah, like I didn't get into a position where I got up to mischief, but it wasn't one of those ones where I went prison, done time. No. And I think looking back and thinking, wow, I had so much influence, there's so much pull towards that. And to have a very focused mindset as to what my goal is, I can bring it back to obviously destiny and God's will, God's mercy, but I think also the inspiration to develop a Stoic mindset. And that allowed me to analyze people's decisions and say, right, what is this person doing? Yeah, that person, he's going to make a stupid mistake, a stupid decision. All right, cool. It's a bit stupid for me to then go and follow that person. So I looked at people from that aspect, and then I made my decisions according to that. I saw loads of people go to prison like for the most craziest things. And I said, I definitely don't want to do that. It's not worth it. The return of investment and time in doing, something like that and coming out and losing time of your life was not worth it, clearly. And relating to Andrew, he's a Stoic. He's a Stoic. Everything that he does, he's a chess player. People that are generally men in comparison to women, we're more logical. Females are more emotional. That's why when things go flipping left in their lives, they need to talk to people. Men just need time to digest and do themselves, go in their man cave. And that's practically why it can really be a huge advantage in your life. I've never met a person who's been a Stoic and it hasn't added layers of success. It hasn't added layers of calmness. It hasn't added layers of complete zen in chaos. It just allows you to see through it all. And even in situations where it's really panic mode, I'm always calm. everyone always says, oh, you're very calm, or because in that moment, my mind is wired to think, right, emotions aside, boom, what's the situation? And I start analyzing, boom, 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 here's what I need to do. Da, da, da. Give you an example. If there was a situation or circumstances on the street, there was somebody going crazy, doing a rampage, the moment people are screaming, going, running down the road and people getting pecked off one after the other, I'd already map out exactly what I need to do. Be like, right, boom, cover, first thing cover. Right, next thing I need to do is get into a shop. Great. If there's shutters, great. We're going to switch those off. Is there a back door? No. If not, cool. Shut down the whole thing. Put CCTV. I think about things very quickly in a situation. Get out. And that is how you need to be in life, because life is not linear. Again, this is why one of the reasons why I hate Disney, why I hate all of the propaganda that is pushed through movies and series growing up. They teach you that early on. That is another pull of the Matrix. Watching series like Disney and all of that, that's bullshit. They give you unrealistic expectations in life, so you will go through life with tremendous amount of disappointment consistently, like happily ever after. No, life is a consistent squiggle of ups and downs. That's the honest truth. There is going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be downs, and then a couple of ups, and then that's just how it rolls. That's how the dice rolls in life. God made it like that. That's his rule. Cool, no problem. We're players, so you just got to play the game well. And in work, it can help you. In personal relationships, you look at things from a completely different lens, and you can come out on top in situations doing so. And the recent situation with Andrew is as follows. I've been keeping up with it. He's recently sent out a new letter saying kind of how he's in a very good mental state. Clearly, he's set himself some activities to do. He's working out. He's taking this time to kind of reflect, meditate. He said the best things that are good for him at this time is essentially coffee and a phone call. Now, those two things he has to work for. So he's actually setting himself up to do like 400 push-ups, loads of sit-ups, squats, you name it, all for him to earn his coffee and things. So he's keeping his mind occupied, which is good to hear. Tristan, there's no information as of yet from him as well. But the current victims that have come forward apparently have stated that he's basically kept them under house arrest on the premise that they were working tremendous amount of hours, like 10, 15 hours. They had to be on TikTok all the time. They were getting paid 9,000 to 10,000 euros per month to do so. If they leave or try to leave, they had kind of explicit images of them, like nudity ones, and they threatened them to basically make them go public if they tried to leave, supposedly, allegedly. And on top of that as well, they've ignored the aspect of CCTV, so that's not on the table, and they're going off the basis of these ladies, whoever they are, have said this. So that's what's been pushed to the prosecutor. Clearly, they're still getting hard drives and disk information. And as I mentioned previously in the previous videos, CCTV is off the table. So they're not even looking at that, which is a bit alarming, considering it can really look at a circumstance situation. If they're sitting there laughing, smiling, going forth and back, if they're going out ordering and collecting pizza, they can just piss off somewhere and never come back. But clearly, they don't want to see that and put that against the prosecution. So it's really iffy. I've never seen a legal system that takes or discharges so much valuable evidence in a case. That's the current circumstance situation at the moment with Andrew. And I hope, and I think he will come out on top, hopefully. Worst case scenario is they give him a year or two. I don't hope that for anyone, especially if they're allegedly not guilty and innocent, But you never know with Romania. That could be a circumstance situation that, again, will have to be digested. A lot of the main press is following the case with Andrew. A lot of blogs, a lot of people on YouTube, myself obviously being one of them, is giving you guys updates. But as well as with the updates, I want people who are interested in the case, because I know a lot of you watch his stuff, are interested in him, because there's a pull. There's something that you guys were looking out for when you watch Andrew. There's certain messages that you guys were picking up and understanding. And now there's a huge void, and you guys are like, right, yeah, where do I go from here? That's why I'm telling you guys things about being a stoic, how to approach your mindset, how to move and maneuver in life, These are important things that you should be, pushed out more so by a lot more content creators. but that's obviously not evident. You know, everyone's hiding behind their screens and their blogs, you know, just sharing updates. There's no actual true value. People with a face saying, hey, look, this is how you can make things happen. This is how you can get to this point, you know? There's none of that. And that's what I hope to impact you guys. So today, the main point or takeaway from this is the aspect of being a Stoic. I think that's something that is, I wish somebody came and told me about being a Stoic early on, so I could have invested more time into studying it. You know, luckily I had it naturally in terms of like my behaviors, the way and how I thought about it, things logically. That's a huge takeaway for you. Some of you guys probably never heard of the concept of a Stoic. That's big. So you could go away and take a look at the concept of a Stoic, where it came from, the ideologies, the philosophy, how you can implement it into your life. That's a big win. Like, that's how I see it. So look at that. See how, where you are emotionally in your life, how you conduct yourself in certain circumstances. Are you reactive or are you proactive? Are you in control? Are you zen in the room? You know, can people feel like, you know, this person's very easily pulled by emotions? If so, you're very easily manipulated. You don't want to be that person who's an easy target. People can easily pull your strings. And especially in today's society, especially with certain ladies, certain people, they'll pull your strings left, right, and center, because there's a tremendous amount of manipulators out there in the world who, that is their first mode of maneuvering in life, manipulating people. And you need to be able to be positioned in, to have like some sort of defense mechanism to do so. Being a Stoic is definitely one of them. So listen, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave your comments below. And by the way, I done a video today, which is, I was going to release it. Now, what I'm looking to do is my first ice bath challenge that I've done. The ice bath challenge is crazy. I've done an ice bath challenge today. The weather was like minus 0, and I done it. It was a great experience. It was like a start to finish experience that I done in the ice bath. And I'm going to release it. The only way I'm going to release it is if I get, I don't know, like smash the like buttons, if I get quite a few more subscribers from it. It's like a good like couple of minutes, this video. It's like I'm sitting there in the bath, but it's freezing cold. And I'm telling you, man, like it was a game changer. I have to do it tomorrow and the day after. So anyway, guys, hope you guys liked the video. See you guys on the next one. Peace.